This could be a movie. This guy sets up, first of all, among the other scams that he's already done, he sets up Halal Capital and investment funds, raises millions of dollars from investors. They don't get paid. Why? Because Jay Mazini claims to get robbed at gunpoint. Then he gets sued, and his partner is part of a sworn affidavit against Jay Mazini. He's done. Look, he's done. But I'm here to report to you guys to watch the dumpster fire. That's what we do here at Coffeezilla. We watch these scammers, we laugh at them, and when they go down, we're here. We're here to watch it all burn down, and that's what we're doing today. Now, without further ado, welcome to the $10 million studio. I'm your host, Coffeezilla, and today, like I said, we're talking about Jay Mazini, who has now become really the Coffeezilla Chief Clown Officer, which is very tough to do. We talk about a lot of clowns on this channel, so for him to really reach that pinnacle, first of all, congratulations, Jay. Second of all, yeah, this is a continuation from like the giveaway scam, from the Bitcoin scam. Now we're talking about like capital investment scam. And if I could just ask you guys if anything, look, I know you already pumped the stock. You got to pump the Zilla stock. Respect the pump. But if you could share this video in particular with anyone who might be vulnerable to this, I know people are actively getting scammed for hundreds of thousands of dollars. Like literally, I have victims in my inbox all the time, and you know, it's absolutely disgusting. So if you could do that, if you could share that to get the word out, that's the only way this guy's going to go down. Now, the lawsuit we're talking about today, just remember everything is alleged, but there is a pattern of activity here. So without further ado, let's talk about this scumbag, huh? Let's go back to the beginning. Who is Jay Mazini, for those of you who don't know? Well, he's mostly just known on Instagram, and he portrays this lifestyle of giving away money. I'm such a good guy. I go to Target or whatever, Walmart, and give to the kids, right? In reality, he's using this lifestyle to launder his reputation, to make people trust him, because he does a bunch of scams that require you to trust him, right? Now, a lawsuit just came out from the state of New York, and Jay Mazini and some of his cronies are listed in here, where he has now created a whole thing called Halal Capital, okay? This is for Muslims, people of faith, and it was a community like investment opportunity, right? He used a guy from the community, and this is so disgusting. You guys are gonna like throw up in your mouth when you hear about this. So he used this guy, Noor Rabba. He is a resident of the state of New York, and he was a funeral director and a community activist. Right here, funeral home owner and community activist. He met this guy, Jay Mazini, and Jay Mazini used his background, saying he came from a wealthy family, was well known in the Muslim community and everything, wanted to basically give away stuff, give away money to the community. Jay described himself as a licensed financial professional and expert investor who had grown his wealth several times. Then look at this. Noor spoke of his work as a funeral director, explaining that he saw his work as a community service and was well known to provide free or low-cost funerals to those in need. So you can think of, there's two characters. Jay Mazini saying, oh, I'm so rich, I'm so blah, blah, blah. And then there's Noor, who's like this community activist. He's like helping people who are, you know, suffering their worst loss. Just a nice guy overall. Now, over several months, they meet up, and basically, Jay Mazini says, look, we should set up something for the community.
Together as a community, trying to better the community.
We should set up something using your financial expertise, Noor's like, you know, connections with the community to raise funds for an investment opportunity. So they do this thing called Halal Capital. Noor's role was to raise funds from his community contacts, and then Jay Mazini was to invest their money. Now, this guy does his job. He collects millions of dollars from this community of faith who trust this guy because he's the funeral director. Meanwhile, this guy thinks, oh, well, the money's in good hands. It's in Jay Mazini's hands. Isn't he that guy that helps people? Isn't he that, this is so disgusting. Isn't he that guy that goes to train stations giving flowers away? Like, this is the level of sociopathy that we're dealing with. And literally, one of the largest investors was a mosque in Brooklyn that was seeking a long-term halal investment that would fund its ongoing operations. If you guys don't know, in Islam, I believe, I'm not too familiar, but I think halal is like, you know, things that are okay. Haram are things that are not okay to do. So basically, this guy's selling himself as like, I'm the guy who can give you access to, you know, great investments while also staying like holy, right? And the point is that this went on until people started asking for their money back, right? They're told, oh, we're making all this money. So in April 2020, several investors sought to withdraw their funds. Instead of paying them, Jay Mazini made a series of excuses. Jabara is Jay Mazini's real first name, including that investments were delayed by COVID-19 pandemic and appealing to their shared religious background as evidence of his good faith. Whenever Noor expressed concern about the investors' funds, Jay Mazini would deflect with references to his own extraordinary wealth, at times even offering to personally guarantee investments. The scheme unravels further. Dissatisfied, frustrated, and concerned for HC investors, Noor became aggressive within his demands for information from Jay Mazini, requesting sit-downs with his family and others. Ultimately, his responses became so outlandish that Noor determined that judicial intervention is required. So this guy, this community activist who basically took money from all these people that he thought he was going to a good place, realizes that this thing's falling apart. This guy's lying. He is now he realized, look, I'm responsible for millions of dollars of my community, and this guy's a con man. According to this lawsuit, the entire fund that he raised was $10 million in funding from people. So this isn't like chump change. This isn't like, oh, I had some spare change lying around that I could afford to lose. These are people's life savings that are invested with this man, this con man. And what do they get out of it? By November 7th, 2020, people are starting to get super aggressive. I mean, they've like been yanked around forever. So they're saying like, you gotta pay us now. Well, the payments were scheduled for August, didn't happen. Then August 22nd, pay attention, guys, pay attention. Jay Mazini advised Noor that he had been robbed at gunpoint. Hey, does anybody buy that? So, I'm supposed to give you your money. I was gonna give it to you, but oops, I was robbed. I mean, this rivals, what's his name? Oh, Jesse Smollett's whole thing of like, I was like hung by a noose or whatever. Like, this is that level of like a lie. He says that he didn't know the exact amount stolen, but he estimated it to be in millions of dollars. And he said, oh, oops, it was all stolen in cash, and then he had little to nothing left for payouts. So what is he actually saying there? He's going, look, I was carrying around this bag of money, just millions of dollars. It just, I guess, around New York? Like where does, I don't know where this guy is. This case is in New York. I was just carrying a bag of cash that was all the investors' money. I was just carrying it around in cash. Well, why isn't it invested? Oh, I don't know. He gets robbed at gunpoint and goes, I can't pay you. I can't pay you. I'd show you the video where he's like talking about this stuff, but I believe it's actually in Arabic, so I can't be of any help to you guys. But he made this claim on August 22nd. He says that at the time the alleged robbery occurred, his bodyguards happened to not be present. He claims he filed a report with the local police department, but to date has failed to produce the police report. Oops. So do you have a police report or do you not? And at this point, I'm sure some of you guys are shouting at your screen. Like, how is this real? I mean, it's so sad, and it's also so comically ludicrous. Look, even the lawsuit itself says it's become increasingly fantastical. Yeah, that's kind of true. And now the investors are suing this guy. They're suing Jay Mazini for their money, even though he continues to say, oh, hey, I acknowledge my failures. I won't let that happen again and be late on the brothers. Money is the least of my worries. Actually, it seems like it's your biggest worry. But here's the craziest part yet. His own partner, right? This guy who has been helping the community, he has now signed a sworn affidavit against Jay Mazini that basically, oh yeah, this guy's basically scammed him. It's affirming the lawsuit. So think about how crazy that is. The guy, he's a 50% stake owner in Halal Capital. Remember, it was Jay Mazini and this guy. And this guy signs a sworn affidavit that basically says, we've been robbed, essentially. I mean, that's essentially what it is. And they're trying to get their money back. But I'm putting this out there as a very serious warning to anyone, because Jay Mazini is right now aggressively trying to scam other people with the Bitcoin scam. And I'm sure he's got, I mean, knowing him, he's got a bunch of other scams going on, because obviously when we thought it was just the giveaway, obviously it was the Bitcoin, it was this as well. So please do not give this man your money. Share this far and wide. His biggest audience is on Instagram. I have zero Instagram audience. So if you're on Instagram, please speak out about this. Yeah, I don't see this going anywhere but further south for Jay Mazini. I think this is going to be a very bad time for him. But how could you do this to somebody? How could you do this to a community of faith? I mean, really, your community at all. It's your community. It's like not even just stealing from strangers. You're stealing from people, abusing that trust in order to take more money from them. How evil can you be? This is so disgusting and disturbing to even look at that I feel like after this, I'm going to have to go wash my eyes out. I hate looking at this stuff. Right now, guys, Jay Mazini still has 938,000 followers on Instagram. So there's a lot more people still waiting to get scammed. Please get the word out. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for supporting. We could not get the word out like we are without you. So thank you so much. Pump the stock, Zilla. And I will see you guys in the next one.
I know what you mean. This ain't what it seemed. Nothing but a trick. Trying to sell me on a dream. But that was where you lost me. Wake up and smell the coffee.